She say, bad man, you make me feel so fine, fine.
If you drink it, we're strapped tonight. Yeah, I got my tin lit tonight. Yeah, we don't get worries tonight.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jess. So in today's video we are doing another chit chat. Get ready with me. As you can see from the title above, we'll be talking about Wizkid's Made in Lagos album. I feel very strongly about this album, so I decided to make kind of a whole video dedicated to it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So I'm taking the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer or Pro Filter Foundation color 440, and I'll try to leave all the links down below or all the product names down below if I forget to mention stuff. But let's talk about Wizkid's album. I have like obviously the album on Spotify on my phone here, so I'm going to pull it up. My first initial thoughts about the album is that it's absolutely 10 out of 10. Maybe not 10 out of 10, but it's an absolute banger. I think before that, like, I just kind of was like, okay, yeah, I like Wizkid. Like, I know he's like #1 in Lagos, like he's star boy and all that, but nothing really of his music like really hit me or resonated with me like that. Like, I knew all the bangers from parties, but that was about it. Like, I wasn't really intrigued by him, if that makes any sense. But after this album, I'm absolutely a Wizkid stan. Like, no one can tell me anything. Like, this album was amazing. I was kind of looking around on YouTube and like comments on people's videos and just everywhere in general, on Instagram, and there seemed to be a lot of people that were not happy with this album because they thought that it wasn't his typical sound. And for me, that's precisely why I like the album. Like, it's a banger. Like, that's why I like it, because it's not typical Wizkid. It's not everyday like club banger. It's not everyday dance hall music. Sometimes vibes, sometimes energy. And with this album, he did sprinkle like 2 or 3 really good club party songs. So he still gave us like his parts of himself that were like the typical, but he really changed his sound. And that's why I'm like, yeah, this is a serious piece of artwork right here, because I know that just speaks to how talented the guy is. He doesn't have to do one specific type of style of music. He can do anything, you know? And I really like this Wizkid. I hope this is the sound he keeps up with, because this is why now if anyone asks me, I'm kind of a Wizkid stan. Like, I'm ready to argue this one down, because this album was fire. It was very mature, it was very spiritual, and the energy is amazing. Like, this is an energy album, it's a vibes album. Like, I could see why maybe younger people, like people like that are teenagers that are looking for like more upbeat songs, wouldn't like it, but like, this is literally an album for the grown and sexy, and that's precisely why it's a banger. Like, precisely. So that's like kind of my thoughts on the album. The next thing I want to talk about are all the songs that I like off the album, because it was a 14-song album, but to be very honest, out of the 14 I like 10, which that's a very high amount for any album. I think most albums, a typical album that an artist puts out, I like maybe 1 or 2 songs. If it's lucky, I like maybe closer to half, but in Wizkid's case, I like more than half the songs. So I like a lot of the songs, but I don't like 4 out of the 14 songs on there. And it's not that I don't like it. I don't want anyone to come for me in the comments, but I just don't, it doesn't hit me like the other ones. The other ones will like really, I can really feel it in my soul, but these 4 I don't like. So I guess let me start off with that one. Let me just get it out of the way. Let me start off with those 4 that I don't like. So the 4 I don't like, are True Love. I know True Love is supposedly a banger, but the flow is not really like a bit of me. It's nice, the song is beautiful, it's a love song, but it's not my fave. Piece of Me is another one where it's like it's a good song, but I just didn't resonate with it. And then Blessed is a good song, but I just literally, unless I'm in Jamaica, that's like the only time I feel like I would play that song. Like, I don't think I would really be playing it otherwise. It's like, it is a super vibe song, but it's not like, it doesn't have that universal to me. I don't know, I just feel like with Damian Marley in it, it's like perfect for like vacation in Jamaica. Oh, and then Smile was supposed to be on this list, but actually I think I like that song, so that would have been the fourth one, I guess, that I didn't like, but I listened to it last night and it's kind of a banger. So, and remember, these are all subject to change. Like, even like some of my top favorite songs, like I'm having a hard time putting, like, trying to rank all of them. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me concealer and then Nars Radiant Creamy Radiant, and then I'm about to highlight. So those are the four I don't like. So then now for the other ones. So I like Ginger, Grace, Long Time, Sweet One, Reckless, No Stress, Essence, Roma, Mighty Wine, Smile, and Gyrate. So those are all like the 10 that I love, or I guess 11 that I like. But now I really like wanted to do a top 5. I was inspired by the Julie Adenuga's a little podcast show for top 5. I saw her top 5 video with Wizkid Made in Lagos, and I thought that concept was brilliant. And I thought the video was elite. It was such a good video. So I wanted to try that too. So it's hard, but I'll just give you guys my 5 that I like. I like Essence, Reckless, Mighty Wine, Long Time, and Gyrate. That's in no particular order. So I guess those right now, as of right now, are like my top 5. I think sometimes I feel like Ginger should be on here, but I don't know. But my boy really did a madness with that album. I will definitely give him that. Album is, or he did a madness on that song. That song Ginger is fire. So it's kind of hard. I know for sure, I think that Mighty Wine is number 5. I might have to play again, so let me play it. The beat here is insane. It's like stupid. What? I think Mighty Wine's number 5 for me. I think the song is a banger. It's for sure it should be in anybody's top 5 list. It has like a very like, it's a vibe song, but it has a very upbeat feel to it. This is gonna be a club banger, for sure. Whenever we ever, if people ever go back out, or I guess for the ones that are still out there gallivanting during quarantine, this song should be playing right now, you know, because it's definitely, for those people that were complaining that Wizkid didn't do enough of the Owambe type songs, that is like a classic Wizkid, and it was a banger, so I like it. So it's number 5 for me. I think I might be flip-flopping in this video because I'm really lost. Like, all of these songs are like, all the 10 or the 11 that I chose are really fire songs. So the next one is Reckless. Let's see. Oh, the song's a banger. Okay, yeah, so this is my 4th choice, I think. And I'm going to be playing them as I say, just to confirm. And then by the end, if I feel like I need to switch something, then I'll switch it, because listen, it's Wizzy baby. I feel like that's going to be another party. Like, it has the sauce to have like a, you know, a party type feel. Like, that's another one that's really upbeat. It's kind of like Mighty Wine a little bit, with its upbeatness, so I like that. And I put it at 4. I think that's a pretty good choice.
It's Fake Kills.
I'm taking my Laura Mercier Pro, or what is this? Laura Mercier, why am I blinking? Translucent setting powder, the regular one. I'm about to set this face now. My 3rd choice for my top 5, or in the number 3 spot, is, I feel like it's Gyrate. let me see. This one is a hard one to place, but Gyrate is such an underrated song. I was looking at different like video reactions and people's top favorite, and Gyrate was never even on the list, talk less of being placed anywhere. So rural ones will know that this is my intro. So
Yeah, I know that they let the fire burn. Me and my people let the thing they burn. Say we live a life, you know the mind is up. Yeah, they my side, I just did my legs. Yeah, she drinking Wizkid tonight. Spark one, make her feel in my head. Baby, steady, cool down, Jare. Yeah, we don't go me and come fight, but we good tonight. Come make me gyrate.
okay, yeah, this is a banger. And you can see like my first three choices, I guess, will be more like vibes and less party, but I wanted to acknowledge the party ones that were bangers as well. That's why they still made the top 5. So like Mighty Wine and Reckless, like they're still bangers, so that's why I'm on the top 5 list. But my first, second, and third choice, the vibe is very different, and that's why I love this album. I really appreciate Wizkid for not doing his typical voice, because I feel like he won a lot of people with this album, even if he did lose people with this album, you know. So Gyrate's such a smooth song, it's such a vibe song. It's very like just classy, bougie. I just love the vibe, like I just love it. It's so good, so good. So I think that's number 3, but that one could be number 2, honestly. Okay, so my number 2 choice is Essence with Thames. Like that song is a banger.
Puffing on me high grade, sipping on me liquor. Girls them a come, them a want, them a take her. Bad man, me a come in, me a wanna take her. Girls them a come, them a want it on the liquor.
Okay, so Essence is a banger. I think it's number 2. I feel like this should be number 1, but let me listen to it again. Essence is an elite song. Shout out to Thames. She really bodied this song. As someone else put, she really set it up for Wizkid to body it. Like she, wow, the chemistry, the I don't know, is the flow is there. Like every element is there. It's a beautiful song. Like wow. Look at Wizkid, he's literally mumbling in the beginning, and it's still a fire song. Okay guys, this song, this might be number 1. It's number 2 for now, but after I play the one that's supposed to be number 1, then I'll decide. But I think this is probably number 1. Such a beautiful song, such a beautiful song. But yeah, I love that. Like, it's such a, like, again, another vibe song, and it's so beautiful. It's like a love song too. It's just, Thames' voice is very like, wow, it gives you goosebumps. And then Wizkid, of course, he's smooth with it. He just pops right in and bodies this section. It's just a top tier song. Like, there's just top tier songs in this life, and that's just one of them, you know. So my first choice song is, I feel really weird saying this, because it's like, this is my number 1, but I don't like the first 50 seconds of it, essentially. But let me play it. Like, skip this part.
I said, what's good? She told me you'll see. I've been the boss, star boy.
She say, bad man, you make me feel so fine. Say the love way I get for you, pass any money. Pass any money. Mama gave me the water, come along. Till the money make I know.
Like, I think this is my first choice. Absolutely. Like, yeah. So my thoughts on the song initially, I didn't like this song at all, because when I first listened to it, Skepta takes up the first almost 50 seconds of the song, and I like Skepta. Like, I acknowledge, like, you know, he is, you know, a king in his own right, especially in the UK scene, but I didn't like that part in the video. I don't think it was necessary. And a lot of people, and I agree, were saying that it's basically, his section was literally the exact same rhythm and flow as like energy, bad energy, stay far away. Just like, okay, what was that for? But Wizkid, when I told you he came and collected the song and literally made a 180, wow, Like Wizkid's part is absolutely sensational. So those are like my top 5. Let me play Essence again though, because I'm not sure. I think Essence, like I feel like Essence should be number 1 and this should be number 2, honestly speaking, because Essence 100% like literally is a better song. So this has to be number 1. Yeah, from beginning it starts to slap. Guys, let me officially say my list, because yeah, it has to be. Okay, so Mighty Wine number 5, Reckless number 4, Gyrate number 3, Long Time number 2. Even though Long Time, God, Wizkid really took the song and ran with it after Skepta's part. Like Skepta was just there doing whatever rapping he was doing that that's none of my business. Wizkid came and collected it for us. But because of Skepta's part, I just don't feel comfortable putting it at number 1, because the entirety of the song didn't slap. It was when Wizkid came back and bodied it that it slapped. So Long Time number 2, because it's still a banger song, and I think Skepta's part is decent, but it's just not that great. So Skepta's part, or Long Time number 2, Essence is number 1. Listen guys, Essence is a project. Those are my top 5 Wizkid songs. It's just an amazing album, honestly. Like even ones that didn't make the list, like Sweet One, listen, Sweet One is a tune.
Steady sipping on my liquor. Then I tell her me she give her never trust another nigga. I say she give me on the nigga. Say she feeling on the nigga. Say she run another nigga. Who's that? Baby, tell me who's that? Look back, baby, make ya look back. Move that, way I move that. Touch that, baby, me just wanna touch that. Enter me radar. Now you they mash up the place. Enter me radar. Cause you are what's in me radar. The only special one.
Back to the topic of Wizkid, however. So you guys know that's my top 5. Like I think I solidified it. I think Essence, Long Time, Gyrate, Reckless, Mighty Wine, those are solid top 5 lists in my opinion. So I just wanted to also talk about Wizkid and his other albums. I saw like people talking about like how Superstar, Ayo, his other 2 albums, how some people think those were better than this album. And if you guys have made it to this far, you already know that this is his best album. Like I became a Wizkid stan after this album, period. So I don't personally think that those albums were better than this one. This album was really like the real Wizkid. Like this is what I feel like he can do. This really showcased all his talents and not just shoved him in the Owambe box that they wanted to put him in. I will say though, the name is a little confusing though, because when I thought of Made in Lagos, I really thought he was gonna go back to like that Nigerian like super core like Lagos boy type vibe, and I didn't really get that in this album. So I wonder if Made in Lagos has a different meaning than what we think, because people are like, Made in Lagos album doesn't sound like it was made in Lagos. And I was like, in fact, I think some of his songs were, according to people, were made in London, or like different parts of the UK. So that is a very good point. But otherwise, I think that's the best album. I think it's better than the one Davido released, A Better Time. And before I became a Wizkid stan back in October, when he dropped this album, I was a Davido stan. I feel like I still am. I do like the guy a lot. I like his music, but his album has nothing. And when I mean nothing, I mean absolutely nothing on Wizkid's album. And that's on period. That's a Fendi fact. Okay, so that is basically that. My thoughts on Wizkid's album. I would recommend, if you haven't listened to it, to stop what you're doing and go listen to all of the music. I think it's fire. Yeah, so I'm just gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and my hair, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, so I'm back. As you can see, my makeup is done. It was done before, but I just went ahead and sprayed my face with the makeup spray. I went ahead and laid my wig and made sure it wasn't looking too crazy, And now I put on a little fit. This is like an African print type of tribal print little top thing. I actually got this from Lagos, so shout out to them, man. So yeah, but that is basically it for the chit chat. Get ready with me. Hopefully you liked it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.